You guys stay here being extremely good. The Monterey Market is ground zero of the slow food movement. The unsung hero is Bill Fujimoto, the man who owns this place, who took it over from his father. Prior to this century, everything that was grown organically. It's only through the introduction of the petroleum industry and petroleum-based products that we get away from the concept of organic growing. When the petroleum industry at the end of the First and Second World War had an excess of materials that were originally used for making bombs, phosphorus and potash and a bunch of other things, they introduced those into the farming system, thinking that they understood the basic building blocks of nature. What they did was, although the introduction of petroleum-based fertilizers and herbicides and pesticides are able to produce some very pretty uniform crops, what it does is it destroys the entire ecosystem on which life is based. So as an organic farmer, I see my role as doing things to promote soil's health, to promote bacterial health and fungal health within the growing medium within the soil, so that the plants themselves can take care of each other. At the Monterey Market, everything is labeled organically grown or organic, certified organic, or conventional. I only buy organic food, and I tend only to buy things that are here labeled organically grown. To me, that symbolizes a higher standard. Organic is a standard which is set by the United States Department of Food and Agriculture or some other authority. If it says organically grown, to me that means that Bill has a relationship with the farmers and that he trusts their growing methods, and it's a first-hand relationship. For many people in the organic movement, they talk about beyond organic as being the future of organic. Beyond organic, again, is not relying on a government agency to establish a standard and to trust them to have a standard for what is grown organically, but saying, I trust my local grocer or my local farmer to do it right. That relationship is with him or her. So when it says organically grown here, that's the highest quality standard. It means certified by Bill. Pay dirt, just what I was hoping for. Okay, so sometimes you just get really lucky. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day because I've been planting a lot of avocado trees, but all of the avocado trees I plant are from pits that I get from the Juice Bar Collective and from other places. And the trees are growing, but they're growing slowly. And what somebody said to me was, you know, the avocados won't grow properly unless you plant the whole avocado. So I thought, okay, well maybe what I can do is I can substitute the fat from the avocado with some beef fat. So one of the things I'm going to do today is I was going to take some avocado pits with some beef fat I've rendered, wrap the avocado pits in some beef fat, and plant a row of those to see how those do. But here what we've got is about a dozen or so avocados, whole avocados that Bill has thrown out because they're overripe. What I can do now is I can plant two rows side by side, one of avocado pits wrapped in beef fat and one avocados wrapped in their own fruit. And we can see next year which avocados do better, to see if I can actually make that substitution, substituting what nature has done by giving an avocado pit its own battery of food to begin its life with something that I'm taking from the waste stream and replacing it with. Okay, from the Monterey Market, we're going to go up to the Juice Bar Collective, a little restaurant on Vine Street. They have compost that I collect, and they save all their avocado pits for me. Today I'm just going to collect their avocado pits, leave the composting for right now. Then we're going to run over to Pete's Coffee, where I collect their used coffee grounds and their used tea, and I add that to the composting as well. Howdy. Can I have your coffee grounds for my garden?
Yes. Run to the back and get some grounds, all right?
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah. And I'll take this guy.
Okay. Hi, we're at Pete's Coffee in Berkeley on Solano Avenue. I come to Pete's and I get their used coffee grounds. And that's part of the way I make a planting medium, or what I like to call soil. Start off with horse manure and wood shavings, and to that I add food waste and plant debris and hair from the groomer at Pet Food Express and Petco, and coffee grounds from Peet's Coffee. And it all goes together, and you keep the water level right, and it breaks down and it becomes a very nutrient-rich material for plants to grow in. If you look at it after a year or two, it's essentially soil, but we're man-making soil rather than depleting soil as petroleum-based agriculture does, taking millions of years of topsoil and eroding it in a very short period of time. What I'm trying to do is create a system of farming where I build all my own planting material, and that planting material, as a result of care and as a result of mixing certain plants in, it actually becomes better year in and year out. So the folks over here at Peet's are nice enough to take their used coffee grounds, which are very high in acidity. A lot of plants like those. They have to throw them away anyway or compost them. So I come by here a couple of times a week when I'm in composting season, and I get bags of coffee grounds and add that to my compost pile. Do you want me to grab that? Is it too heavy? Awesome. Hey, thanks for your trouble.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. There's a lot of discussion and debate with regard to planting times. There are people who feel you have to plant by the moon or by the tides. Certain things need to get planted at certain phases of the moon, or along with other things that are happening. I have a much broader based view of it. I think nature works in abundance, and there are always an abundance of seeds. So I'll plant at any time of year, and I believe that there are certain seeds that'll take, certain seeds that'll go for the birds and the rodents. And all in all, if you plant enough seeds together, you'll get enough of a harvest. And again, nature works in abundance. It's only in the last 100 years of the Industrial Revolution that we have self-imposed this concept of scarcity on ourselves. Nothing else in nature really works on the concept of scarcity. When you ask me how I select what I plant, Berkeley is one of 7 Mediterranean climates in the world. Most anything can grow here in theory. What I try to do is create little micro-ecosystems in each pot. So I'll plant beans, and I'll plant corn and leafy vegetables and salad greens and peach trees and avocado trees and onions, all in the same pot. And whatever seems to be happy is happy. And if things get too crowded, then I'll use that one pot as a nursery and transplant into other pots. I've even tried planting pineapple. Pineapple didn't take, but now that I have the greenhouse, this year I'm going to try planting pineapple again and seeing if in the greenhouse the pineapple can survive the winter.